Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. I am Allison Morris and I'm ready to get you guys on to the next step. I have my computer screens shared with you now as we dive into the second piece of meal planning. Hopefully by now you guys have created a Pinterest account, or if you already had one, you have started pinning recipes to a secret board so you can easily reference and access those recipes when you sit down to actually plan your meals. Now, this seems like something that would be pretty elementary, right? You just figure out what you want to cook that week, write it down on a sheet of paper, make a grocery list, and hit the store. But I will tell you, there's one really critical step that is missed if you don't stop and do it. And that is strategically planning your meals. And that involves your calendar. I can't tell you how long and how many years I spent just assuming I knew my week, going to the grocery store, buying 6 or 7 meals worth of food, coming home, and then realizing, oh my gosh, I'm not home Wednesday night. I'm not home this weekend. We have a tournament. And I usually end up throwing away produce that had gone bad, throw away or, freezing a ton of meat and then forgetting that they're in the freezer and just creating more waste, and then being wasteful as it came to my spending and careless because we would be in the drive-thru. We'd be grabbing food out. And at one point, I remember I had more charges at the drive-thru than I had any other category for the month. And that is because even though I was going to the grocery store and spending good money on groceries, I was failing to get meals based on my calendar. So that's what we're going to do today. You can see here I've got an Excel spreadsheet. This is extremely simple, basic meal plan. It just lists the days of the week across the top and the meals down the left. I run challenge groups, and I will do one-on-one calls with every challenger and give them, set them up on a meal plan. This is the exact same meal plan that I use for them, so it doesn't have to be complicated. If you don't want to do it on a computer, grab a sheet of paper and just write it down. I do it on the computer because it allows me to just erase and type over new and not have to write everything out again. I do not change my breakfast or my lunches, and rarely do I change my snacks. And one reason is because these foods have really, my body's responded well to this food. And if you're seeing like the RYP, those are like things for me to know for my macros. They're not anything to worry about for this video. But like I say, I follow a very specific meal plan and I have to track my macros. But keeping my meals the same, not dinner, but everything else, I believe has played a huge role in my weight loss success in keeping my weight off. So for the video series this week, we're just going to look at dinners. But if you need to find your breakfast and your lunches, don't forget to do that when you are meal planning. But for me, the brain work's done. These foods are good. My body likes them. I'm still losing weight. So I'm just going to keep them the same until we change my macros, right? So we're just going to look at dinners. And this actually, now that I'm looking at it, this isn't my personal meal plan. This is Lisa's. I have a very sweet challenger that just started with me, and I've been working with her on nutrition. So we'll use her template and add my dinners so you guys can still get the gist of what I'm doing. So I highly recommend that you meal plan in a very quiet place where you can be left alone for those 45 minutes to an hour. I do it upstairs. I'm in my office now. Right in front of me is my desk calendar. And I have every single activity for our month on this calendar, from practices to events to tournaments to date nights. It's on this calendar because that is how I know when I'll be home and when I won't. So can you imagine planning for your meals and you don't know, or you're not remembering that your kid has a play or an open house this week? What are you going to do? You're just going to end up in the drive-thru. That's what's going to happen. So always have everything updated on your calendar and meal plan near your calendar. So for me, Wednesday nights and Thursday nights are the 2 nights a week that where I am out for the longest amount of time, and that really hinders my ability to cook a meal in my kitchen. So Wednesday and Thursday, I need help, and I got the good old-fashioned slow cooker. So the very first thing I do when I sit down to strategically plan my meals is to make a note on Wednesday and Thursday and just write down slow cooker. This will let me know that when I go to sit down and drop meals into the calendar, what days I have to have a slow cooker meal. Because if I don't plan for that, I'm not going to put a slow cooker meal there. I'm going to put a recipe there, and I'm not going to have time to do it, and I will be in a frenzy. So take the time when you meal plan to look at your calendar and then determine the nights that you need a slow cooker meal because you just won't be home. The other option to that would be to find some casseroles that your family really likes. And you could always, if you have time earlier in the day, is to prep that casserole, cover it up, stick it in the fridge, and just pop it in the oven to bake it. That's another alternative to a slow cooker meal if you have time throughout the day to do that. Now, if you've got kids that are really busy in sports, like I have a cheerleader, I've got a lot of kids, a lot of great women in this group that are baseball moms. And you guys are going to be on the go for practices and games and tournaments. And you really, really, really need to do this step. I mean, it's critical because this is what is going to help you dropping your meals. And if you're finding that you're gone actually more nights of the week than you're home, then you would be doing a lot of meal prepping on top of the meal planning. And we're going to talk about that on Friday. But that is where you are going to be cooking kind of in bulk 1 day a week and then dividing your meals out so that you're literally grabbing, heating up, and going on a daily basis. And I know that there are some baseball moms out there and cheer moms that when we live like that in certain times of the year. And that's just part of life. And we'll talk more about that on Friday. But for now, just take a look and see what days you're home and you can make a meal or the days that you need a slow cooker meal. Make note of those. So hopefully everybody got their Pinterest board set up and you have some recipes dropped in there by now. And when you get to this stage, you're going to just need to reference that Pinterest board. So this is my family weekly meals. I've got 13 pins since I first made that video for day 1. And the first thing I always do is look for the slow cooker meals. And you want to have 3 to 5 slow cooker meals in your weekly meal board at all times. Because I would bet that you need a slow cooker meal at least once a week. That'd be my best bet. So I pinned the slow cooker Asian chicken lettuce wraps, and I'm definitely making that on Wednesday. So I'll go back to my Excel spreadsheet and type in Asian chicken lettuce wraps. That's a family favorite. That recipe happens to taste just like P.F. Chang's. I'm sorry. Not P.F. Chang's. What is that? There is a restaurant. Yeah, it is P.F. Chang's. Yes, it tastes just like P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps. And then on Thursday, and it's also Pei Wei. They taste like Pei Wei's also. Pei Wei and P.F. Chang's. On Thursday, I need a slow cooker, so let's go ahead. And I've got 2. I've got this chicken and coconut curry sauce, which is really good. That's a Whole30 approved meal, by the way. And this is healthy chicken pot pie stew. Because I don't really want the heaviness of the chicken pot pie, I'm going to do the chicken and coconut curry sauce. So I'll come over here and write that down. Chicken and coconut curry sauce. And I'm just typing it in. And I know because our family has made that recipe so many times that I'm going to want jasmine rice to go with that. So, and that's going to knock out Wednesday and Thursday off the bat. And then I will also tell you there are some weeks that I will make this pot roast recipe or I will make a turkey chili, and there's more than enough for another night's meals of leftovers. So I'll write leftovers on Thursday nights, and that way we're just heating it up on our way out the door. And it's the same thing we ate Wednesday. So don't be afraid of leftovers. They really are your friend. So now I'm just going to drop in the rest of the recipes. So I have Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to drop in. So I'll just go back to my board. And you notice how easy it is? I'm not having to click on this recipe and then click on it again and go in to find the ingredients. We're not there yet. I am just strategically lining up my meals for the week. So salmon is hands down my family's favorite protein, and I can't wait to try the honey cilantro lime salmon. Now, I know that Mondays, my husband and I are both out with cheer. So he grills. He looks like he's going to grill that. So I'm going to do that on the night he'll be home, and that will be Tuesday. So he'll be home to grill. So I'm just going to write honey, cilantro, lime salmon. And then I always have asparagus with our salmon. It's just what we do. So that'll be that meal. And I did Tuesday instead of Monday because he's at volleyball. He's at volleyball and from 5:45 to 9:30. So he's not going to be home to grill. So he's going to have to do it on Tuesday. Now, what else looks good? We love Mexican food. So let's go ahead and take these healthy turkey enchiladas. And I can do that on Monday because I'm home. So healthy turkey. And you don't have to be exact on what the title is because you're only using recipes in that secret board. So you're probably not going to have 5 turkey enchilada recipes in there. So you'll know which one it is. So you can shorthand that to enchiladas. No problem. I will always serve enchiladas with black beans and sliced avocado. And that's going to round that meal out. Okay, so I need a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. So Friday will be, this sheet pan steak and veggies looks really good. So I'm just going to go in and add that for Friday. Sheet pan steak and veggies. And I'm going to add a sweet potato with that. We love sweet potatoes. If I could spell, did y'all see that? Okay. And then that'll round that out. Saturday and Sunday. So, I like to kind of make a little bit of a nicer meal on Saturday. So I'm going to make this baked honey mustard chicken with a touch of lemon. So I'm just going to write baked honey mustard chicken on the spreadsheet. That'll tell me what it is. And I think that would be really good with fresh green beans. And then Sunday, I'm going to make that for Sunday. Saturday, I'm going to make those tostadas. Did y'all see that on my board right here? Loaded chicken tostadas. Those just look really good. So I'm going to make the loaded chicken tostadas on Saturday night. We like Mexican food a lot, guys. So I'm just going to write tostados. You know what? I'm still going to do the black beans and sliced avocado. It's just something we really like around here. So, and that's it. I mean, that's exactly what, I'm going to do that border. That's going to bother me. That's all I'm doing. I'm not, spending a lot of time right now going into the recipes, making my ingredients list. I just want to organize my meals. I just want to make sure that the nights I'm busy, I have help with my slow cooker. And the nights that I'm home, I make the food that I've pinned. So the very next step to this would be to be crafting the perfect grocery list. And that is tomorrow's video. And so this is just the next step. When you sit down to actually meal plan, and what I'm going to do Thursday is actually go through beginning to end with you guys. So you really see a real time meal planning video. You'll see exactly how long it takes. So I'm breaking it down now just to help explain the thought behind the steps. So by now you should have had your Pinterest accounts established or created, and you've started pinning to a secret board. Make sure you have 3 to 5 slow cookers in there, and so you can pull from them on the days that you need the help from those. And then fill in the rest with the other recipes. when you get to this step. And I typically, I drop my recipes all week, and then I'll sit down and I'll look at my calendar. I'll strategically plan my meals. Then I go straight into the grocery list, and then I go straight into the meal prepping portion. So we've got a lot of stuff still coming up, but hopefully you take the time to look at your calendar and drop your meals in according to the time that you actually have available each night. So I hope this helped. I hope this answered any questions you had. And if you have any questions from Pinterest to planning your meals, just let me know, and I'll be sure to get them answered. So you guys have a great night, great day, and I will see you tomorrow to talk about the grocery list. Have a good one, guys. Bye.